Hello everyone and welcome to a very special video for Box Gaming. I am Justin.
And I'm Mikko.
And today we're going to be looking at some pictures that I took at the Formula One Teams Association Fan Forum and Alex Rossi karting event in Austin, Texas on November 13th.
Yeah, and the drivers who were present at the FOTA forum were, of course, Sergio Perez, Esteban Gutierrez, Adrian Sutil, Pastor Maldonado, and Alexander Rossi. And this was also available at a live stream on the YouTube channel Pole Position.
Yep, so we actually were both watching it simultaneously, me there in person and Mikko in Finland. And it was quite a good event, actually. This took place in downtown Austin, and it was completely free to attend. I heard about it on the internet somehow, and I signed up. I had my girlfriend sign up as well. We both got tickets. It was just a first-come, first-served basis. Just whoever signed up first, the first 100, 200 people, I'm not really sure. And it gave the fans the opportunity to ask questions to the drivers. They were just passing mics around and just letting the fans ask some questions to the drivers. And some of you may have already seen, I put up some video of this event, about 15 minutes worth of video, and it was about an hour, so that's just part of it. Some of you may have actually watched it already on the internet on the Pole Position YouTube channel, but let's go ahead and take a look at the pictures. So here is the first picture. I was just kind of snapping away, I could tell Adrian Sutil had come down. That's him there. I kind of zoomed in a little bit. So I was trying to take pictures pretty much as soon as they got in. You could see him coming down the stairs on the left there when they were coming in. So here's a picture of Adrian Sutil signing a Renault hat, actually. This guy with the red hat on here, he's a big racing fan, I could tell you. I was in line with him, and he's a hardcore fan. He was getting all the drivers to sign that Renault hat. But yeah, they were coming down on the left-hand side if you're facing the stage where they were doing all the questions. And they actually did tell us in advance that the drivers would be coming down from that side. And you could tell based on these pictures, I was quite close, but not quite close enough to get autographs, unfortunately. I'm within reaching distance, but I'm one or two people away from the drivers. So, the people that were really pushed up were the only ones getting autographs, unfortunately.
Was this outside?
Yeah, kind of. Basically outside, kind of like in between two bars or in the middle of one bar. I'm not 100% sure. You can see a heat lamp in the back right there of that last picture. Actually, just to try and keep everyone warm. We had a cold front that brought some cold air from Canada down into Texas. And so it got pretty cold, actually. This was still during daylight hours. This was probably about 5 p.m. local time at this point. There's, of course, Pastor Maldonado coming in. And you'll notice that a lot of these pictures, though, they're looking down, and they're all wearing baseball caps for the most part. So it's a little unfortunate. Sometimes you can't really see their face. And, I'm just snapping away. So the quality isn't super great on all of them. But, these are just to remind me of when I was there. I did, I tried not to be a typical modern person just taking pictures the whole time. There was times where I sat back and just kind of enjoyed it. That's Sergio Perez, where the arrow is pointing there. I know that's way off in the distance, but that is his McLaren hat. He was, of course, the person I was most excited about. That's Alex Rossi in the green. Can't really see too well, but it's really far away. But that's Alex Rossi in the green. And he was the person I was the second most excited about. So they came in almost right next to each other. And here's the arrows are pointing at Alex and Sergio. So they were within close proximity, which I thought was exciting at that point. I forgot that they were going to be sitting right next to each other on the stage, I guess, but I was pretty excited about that. And there's Sergio, of course.
I was looking at the background of the earlier picture. It looked like there was Christmas lights on the trees.
Yeah. There probably was. Yeah, we do that stuff pretty early around these parts. This of course, this was hot off the heels of Sergio Perez's Twitter, where he posted that he was leaving McLaren. I mean, that happened only a few hours before this happened, maybe 5, 6 hours, something like that, before this
Hmm.
event happened. So he was definitely in a strange place. If I had gotten to see Sergio Perez on pretty much any other day, I feel like he would have been in a lot better spirits and stuff. So, I mean, this was a pretty dark day for Sergio Perez's career, certainly. So, I'm sure he wasn't in the best of spirits.
Yeah, and of the live stream, I have to mention the quality wasn't great. The audio was a bit snappy, and it the 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 stream, it just broke down like halfway through, and
Yeah,
I saw
I
like
I
15 minutes
looked.
of it.
Yeah, I saw the recording of the stream when I got home, and yeah, it was only like 480p or something like that. It looked like it was practically a security camera at sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's Sergio Perez signing that guy with the Renault hat. Actually, I think he's signing the red hat there, though. So I mean, that guy, I think he got every driver's signature. That guy in the left there on the Red Bull shirt, he was not American. I'm not 100% sure where he was from. He spoke Spanish, but it sounded like I think he was speaking German too, as well. He was definitely not from America, though. And there's Alex Rossi coming in. He was coming in right behind Sergio Perez, as I said before.
Did Alexander Rossi get a really warm welcome, or how did the people react?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There was big reactions for both Perez and Rossi, but I would say they were different reactions. Like I think Rossi got the most applause, but Perez got the most like yelling, like woo, like that kind of stuff, which I think is the Mexican crowd.
Yeah.
They are real. Sergio Perez is huge in Mexico, obviously, as all drivers are in their home countries. Alex Rossi is huge here. Maldonado is huge in Venezuela. That just goes with the territory. But yeah, so they both got, I would say, the biggest responses. It sounded like at one point there might have been like some booing for Maldonado, which I didn't think was very cool. I'm not a huge Maldonado fan, but I cheered at all five of them when they got their names called or whatever. I clapped for every single one of them, because these guys are amazing. This is actually a picture of Jonathan Noble from Autosport. I'm pretty sure it's him. I kept seeing he's up on the media balcony, the press balcony, where all the people, the TV crews and stuff like. You can see a guy holding a TV camera there. But I'm 99.9% sure that was Jonathan Noble, who appears on Sky Sports sometimes as a pundit for the F1 show, the midweek report, stuff like that. That's another picture you can't quite tell, but you can see his signature glasses. He always wears those black rim glasses. And also to confirm that is Jonathan Noble, Jonathan Noble did write an article on Autosport when I got home. They released it about Perez at the FOTA Forum. So I'm almost 100% sure that that's Jonathan Noble.
Yeah, it probably is.
And I'm probably the only person there that would have recognized him other than the drivers and the photo people.
Yeah.
And that is Gutierrez in the distance. You might be able to recognize the Sauber hat, but I was one of the few people that actually noticed him when he came in. He came in last, actually. He was a few minutes behind everyone. But yeah, I think he did the most fan stuff. He took a lot of pictures with people. He did a lot of autograph stuff. Some of the drivers just kind of flew right through. Rossi and Perez also did a lot of stuff, but actually. Sutil and Maldonado not quite as much. They seemed like they just kind of wanted to get inside, away from the fans. Not that they don't like the fans or anything like that. They just were less interested in interacting with the fans. Maybe just because they don't have as many fans. This is a heavily American and Mexican crowd. So
Hmm.
obviously the German and the Venezuelan are gonna have a little bit of issue.
Yeah, I was thinking about what you said about Maldonado. Uh, it's kind of rude to even boo at someone you maybe seen in TV, or who hasn't that, or hasn't doesn't have anything personal with you.
Exactly.
And when you think about these guys, they're as rare as astronauts on the
Right.
planet Earth. So
I
I
mean,
would
maybe
boo at
rarer.
anywhere.
Yeah, I clapped for all five of them. You know, I gave them hoots and hollers. You know, I went crazy for every single one of them. I'm not gonna. I would have done the same if Vettel had been there. I would have cheered him on as well. You know, these guys are the best of the best, and you know, they should be treated with respect no matter who they are. But I will say that there was a lot more cheering from Maldonado than booze. It was just like some drunk idiots or something.
Yeah.
You know, I would say this, and you might be able to tell from these pictures. This is actually a very mature crowd. I was definitely one of the youngest people there, and I'm almost 30. So it was definitely an older crowd, but it was at a bar, so people were drinking the whole time as well. So in my video, you can hear some guy make a really stupid joke about Perez speaking in Spanish to a fan who asked a question in Spanish. And you know that's the minority though. I really hope people don't focus on that stuff, because you know 98% of the people that were at this were very respectful, very interested in hearing what the drivers have to say, and that sort of thing. So there were some idiots, but you know that's how America is. Unfortunately, you get any sort of gathering of people, there's going to be some idiots.
Yeah, not just America.
Right, yeah, but yeah, with America sometimes it can be pretty bad. And I thought this was a really good picture of Esteban here. I didn't get a whole lot of pictures that came out pretty well, and this one came out pretty well. He looked pretty good in that. And they were actually giving away related gear to people that asked questions. So if you asked Esteban Gutierrez a question, you got some Sauber gear. If you asked Adrian Sutil a question, you got some Force India gear. So I kept raising my hand. I never did get picked, but I was going to ask either Rossi or Perez a question. Obviously, I prepared questions for either one of them. That way I could, you know, because if Perez had just answered a question and then they called on me, I wouldn't want to ask him a second question in succession. So I prepared two questions for the two of them. I was hoping to get some free merchandise, but alas, it wasn't to be. A bit disappointed in that, but you know, there's always next year. I plan on doing this every year for sure. I mean, I'll probably take vacation. I mean, I took vacation to do this, and I'll probably do it again next year as well. I mean, it was an absolute blast. Going to this, and I'm really looking forward. I'm hoping next year that I can go to the race. I can't afford to go to the whole weekend, but I would like to go see the actual race itself. Would be nice.
Yeah, if there was a Grand Prix in Finland, I would totally go every year.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wanted to go last year really badly just because it was Schumacher's last year. Here we have a picture of Pastor Maldonado scratching his nose. I can tell you he did not pull anything out of there and inspect it or anything like that. He was just scratching his nose. But that was pure luck. You can't really tell from these pictures, but I'm holding the camera up over my head so that you're not seeing the backs of people's heads, or I'm trying to minimize that as much as possible. And I'm just kind of snapping away, just going crazy, snap, 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 snap. And these are kind of like the best ones out of that group, which will tell you how bad some of the other ones were. But yeah, he was just scratching his nose there.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised of what I heard in the live stream. They were kind of joking around with themselves, or
Yeah.
they're kind of relaxed.
Absolutely, really relaxed actually. Gutierrez and Perez kept making jokes to each other about their girlfriends and stuff like that. And Sutil, actually, I thought Sutil was the best out of everyone on the microphone. He did a great job, I think. Sutil really impressed me up there. At one point, someone asked a question to all the drivers, and they just kind of picked Sutil to answer it. And he was like, honestly, I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
You're going to have to tell me the question again. So this is now a picture of Alex Rossi at the karting event. That's like a friend of his. And here's my face reveal, as that is now me standing next to Alex Rossi at the karting event, wearing my brown jacket and button-up shirt. can kind of see my tummy a bit there, but not too bad. But you'll notice he's actually taller than me. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm not a short guy. I was taller than most of the people at the FOTA Forum. And Alex Rossi is taller than me. He's at least 6'1". I think. Did you say you looked it up? He is 6'1"?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that is in feet. So
Oh yeah, you said he was 2 centimeters taller. That's about 1 inch. Yeah.
yeah, he
So
was. Yeah, and in centimeters he was 186. So that's quite tall for an F1 driver.
yeah, I mean, he's definitely a skinny dude, though. No doubt about it. Obviously, you got to be in great shape to race in F1 or even as a test driver. So he's definitely in peak physical condition. But yeah, I mean, if Hulkenberg's having a hard time getting into a race seat at 6 feet tall, then yeah, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like for Rossi, who's 6'1". But he might just have skinnier bones, whatever. That takes 10 makes him 10 pounds lighter than Hulkenberg. You never know. So, but yeah, it was a blast. I had a great time at both events. I was a little bit more than a second slower than Alex Rossi in the karts, actually. I wasn't on track with him, but we're going to have some footage of that up later for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. But I was off of Rossi by more than a second. But the karts were pretty quick, actually. They got up to like 40 miles an hour, something like that.
Yeah, I've actually never ridden a kart before, so I have no experience on that.
Well, my girlfriend and I were talking about this actually. The karts are electric, and it's an indoor karting place, and I think that they can do that because the karts are electric, so there's no fumes or anything like that.
Yeah.
And that's an approach that might actually work in Finland because it's so cold most of the year. An indoor electric karting track might actually be really successful based on how much people love racing there. So that's going to do it for the pictures. Thanks, guys, for watching, and be on the lookout for the karting footage, and, of course, footage and pictures from FP1 and FP2, which I will be going to on November the 15th, and we're hoping to have a lot of that up for this weekend.
Yeah, stick around on the channel. It should be good.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.